Happy Valentine's Day. Do you want to make fearless decisions? Well, many of us do. Many of us don't know exactly how we do it. And if we're honest with each other, is fearless really realistic? Well, one way that you can make fearless decisions is by improving clarity. And a way to improve clarity is to work a specific process. If you have a specific process that helps you create clarity, you will be able to focus time, energy, and attention on the things that matter and make better decisions and ultimately cut out the things that don't. So on this Valentine's Day, on this Whiteboard Wednesday, I'm going to share a couple of ways that I help people and teams make fearless decisions. And you can apply a lot of this to your work too. In fact, we apply it inside Catalyst acts often, really whenever any decision is coming up. Now, sometimes things will get a little bit complex, and sometimes they'll be a little bit simpler. The simple version. Number one, have a list. Have a list of criteria that you're going to use, that you're aligned on, list of criteria that you're going to use to help inform the decision. That's number one. Number two, have a scale that you will use to measure where things are on that list of criteria. So you have a list of criteria, you have a scale that you use to measure what a 1 state is versus a 4 state. 1 meaning really bad, 4 meaning absolutely awesome. You'll notice there's no middle number. Why? Because it's super simple for people to choose the middle of the road option, and middle of the road is not good. So have a list, have a scale, and then the third piece is be really comfortable with prioritizing that list. So if you have a list, you have a scale, and you can prioritize that list, you'll be on the path to make better decisions. Then you can apply a couple of tools. You can apply a tool like a 2x2, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in this session, but let's go to the whiteboard. One of the decisions that Jen and I had an opportunity to make was, do we want to take over leadership of the Phoenix Club? And if you've been paying attention, you'll notice a lot of the content that we're putting out there is focused on an individual level, specifically related to the type of people that we want to draw in to the Phoenix Club. And the Phoenix Club is our community. It's a community that was originally started by Dan Cockrell. It was then led by Jody Mayberry, and we've taken over leadership here over the last couple of months. We're now 3 months into that. Well, from a decision-making criteria, we want to know, where does it fit? Well, number one, so impact. Impact is very important to me. You'll see it on the 2x2 that we put up there. Another one is energy. Energy. So if we take over the Phoenix Club, if we start leading this club, will we be able to make an impact? Will that impact be high? Is it something that is going to give us energy, or is it going to take a lot of energy away? There's a financial piece. There's a financial aspect of it. In order to be able to support the work that we're doing, we need to be able to make money. And we should be able to make that money based on some kind of value exchange. Another one is value. Are we going to be able to deliver something that's valuable into the marketplace? The third one is, fifth one, experience. Does it create an opportunity for us to provide an amazing experience for others? Modality. Does it give us another mode to be able to deliver information? Community, which is what this thing is, drives that community piece. These are some of the criteria that we used. Now, the other one of the things that was really important to us was time. Timing was a tough one because we wanted to launch a community at some point in time, a membership community, given all of the success that I've had being a part of communities like Pavilion, formerly Revenue Collective, TLDC, Learning and Development Community, Rev Genius, a number of Go-to-Market United, a number of these ones that are out there. We've seen the impact. Those tend to be very niche focused. We thought, how can we do something a little bit different? And that's what this one provides. So for us, impact, energy, financial impact on our side, value, experience, modality, community, time. So we've got our list of things that are going to inform the decision. Then we can put together a scale of 1 to 4. How would we rank these on a scale of 1 to 4? From an impact perspective, the potential for impact is super high. From an energy perspective, given the opportunity that this creates to speak with people, to create an opportunity for others to speak, to facilitate discussions, to plan, to organize around a given agenda, it's definitely on the 4 side. Financial, we're still in, if we were to be honest about where things are right now, it's actually close to a 1, probably more in the 1 side of things, but there's opportunities to move that from a 2 to a 3 to a 4 as it grows. So there's some opportunity here where we've got a chance to address some things. Value, are we going to be able to deliver value? Anyhow, you can see the point. We go through, we identify our criteria, we identify a scale, and then we go through the process of prioritizing these things. Now, this is the second time I'm doing the video because my camera failed on me. So there's a little bit of inside baseball here. Number 1 for me is impact. Number 2, energy. Number 3, financial. Number 4 is value. Number 5, actually, these are all kind of in order. 6, actually 6 would be a little bit higher probably. I'd probably move community to 4 and value to 5. Experience to 6. Anyhow, we're going through the process of prioritizing this. And if I had to make a decision between do we build our own or do we take over the leadership of one that I had been a part of for 3 years, it became really simple to look at it and say, if we're starting from 0, we're going to be in a much worse place than where we are by being able to start at this point in time. So from a decision-making criteria, it hits marks and it helps us start. We're not starting at 0, as an example. Now, how can I take this stuff into my scale and then put it against something like a 2x2? Well, you've seen this in the energy versus impact. So sucks the life out of me, minus, gives me energy, plus, right? Impact, positive impact, negative impact, low impact, high impact, low impact, energy, suck. Well, the Phoenix Club is a high impact, high energy thing, which from just simplifying the decision-making criteria, it makes it really clear that this is something to move forward with, something worth it taking some risks on, something worth pushing forward an opportunity. Okay, so that's a community one. That was one that we did. So that's a community one. That's one that we've done recently. Well, let's talk about another one that impacts a lot of people. Let's talk about the idea of, do I or do I not take a new job? Do I or do I not take a new job? How do I make the decision of which organization to join? Well, one might be money. Another one might be the specific problem that we're solving. A third one might be ability to solve that problem, solution. Fourth one might be leadership inside the organization. Fifth one might be time commitment. Do I have to travel? Another one might be time, flexible in work hours. Something might be remote versus in office. So remote. All right. Now I've got a set of criteria. I've got a list of 7 things. Now I would make your list at least 5, no more than 10. Then go through the process of figuring out how do you prioritize it. Is the number one thing that's most important to you leadership? Okay, well then put that as your top priority. Is the number 2 thing the problem that you're focused on? Is your number 3 thing money? Is your number 4 thing ability to solve, maybe the earlier stage, and you're okay with the idea of them not really being there? Is, where does travel fit in? Just kind of work through your priorities. And then over here on this side, give yourself a 1 to 4 scale. Now, what's kind of cool about this model and this approach is you can take this scorecard, this framework, and you can apply it to 3 or 4 different opportunities that you're working with. Let's say you're working on an opportunity with multiple clients, or you're working on an opportunity with multiple job offers. This allows you to put that and create a weighted scale to start to apply some logic to your decision-making process to help with some of the emotional pull. Now, someone had said this once before, decisions are primarily driven by emotion and then justified using logic. Well, if you apply a process like this, prioritization, a list of criteria, a scale associated with that list, and then prioritizations associated with that, you can actually start to apply a little bit of logic. And then you can start to look at your thing through 2 dimensions. So if your number one thing is leadership and your number two thing is the problem that you're solving for, are they high on the problem and high on the leadership? Then okay, let's move forward. If they're actually really low on the leadership but high on the problem, so they might be over on this side, then you've got a really tough decision in front of you. Maybe because of where it sits from a criteria standpoint, it's not the right decision for you. So use your 2x2, use your list, use your scale, and use your prioritization to get better at gaining clarity when going through the process of solving problems. You can apply this model, though it might be a little bit complex for this kind of thing, on deciding where do you want to eat tonight for dinner. Apply it there. What's most important relative to where you want to eat? Is it the experience? Is it the cost? Is it the type of food? Is it the location? Heck, location's really important too when you start to think about different places you want to move, or maybe places you want to go on vacation. Have a list, decision-making criteria, know what your scale is, how you're going to measure performance for each of those items, prioritize your list, and then plot the work against a 2x2. And you will get better, you will simplify your approach to decision making. You will get yourself in a position where you can make fearless decisions through specific lines of clarity, through clarifying what's important, organizing it, weighting it, applying a bit of logic and process to it. Now, it is Valentine's Day, so I am wearing a red shirt. This red shirt came from an event, a meetup that we had with members of the Phoenician group, the Phoenix Club, in Orlando in October that we did. I was down there for a speaking event, and there were a group of people who were going to be down there for an Orlando Informer event, and we all participated, and it was awesome. And Amanda put together these amazing t-shirts. We're just in the beginning stages of rebuilding this group and building, from the ground up. And if you'd like to be a part of it, if you're missing that community, that place where you can find fit, where you can make an impact on others, and through making that impact on others, have others make an impact on you and help you grow your business, help you grow what you're doing with your family, help you focus on self, business, how you make money, family, the people important to you, self, what you do as an individual, this might be the group for you. Hope you have an amazing Valentine's Day. We're back with Whiteboard Wednesday. Let me know how you've applied this process to your decision making and whether or not it's actually helped you make fearless decisions. Thank you.